there's all these women who and look, I'm gonna be completely clear. I do not understand women, and I am not speaking for women. But what women have done is spoken for men, and I just wanted to be the guy in the room who actually has the balls to speak, because you're not going to blow my balls off with a shotgun, because you can't, because you're a weak, feeble-minded person most of the time, or you always look for some reason, the asshole or whatever, you know. And you're like, well, I can't control who approaches me, while complaining about the fact that nobody's approaching you. Nobody's approaching you, and I'll tell you why this is. Nobody's approaching you because the risk is greater than the reward. In fact, there is no amount of beautifulness you can have that will make you any benefit to anybody. As a matter of fact, and beautifulness is not a word, as a matter of fact, there is no amount of fine assiness, there's no amount of being a good person, there's none of that, because the liability that you hold, not the benefit, the liability that you hold is, if I have kids with you, are you going to take them away from me? If I marry you, are you going to rip half my income from me? If I do X, Y, fucking Z, are you going to find a sneaky fucking way to put me in prison? The liability is much higher. And so, I'm not extraordinarily religious, but there's a prophecy in the Bible, and a piece of that prophecy says that women will not have children. And here is the dead honest truth. Maybe it's not because of plagues. Maybe it's not because of strong, independent women. Maybe it's because of dumbass women and dumbass laws. And that is why you won't have kids. Or your kids won't have kids. Or their kids won't have kids, because you're teaching people to be unapproachable. No, I don't care about your feelings. As I've stated before, I do not understand women, but I do understand men, and men don't like this shit. And we're just going to be like, nah, fuck off. I'll find somebody who's happy to be with me. You are all replaceable. You've said that we are all replaceable. Guess what? Humanity is now a commodity. You have made it that. You have made the relationship a market. It wasn't men. You did it. You have made guys an option. Therefore, you're all options. And guess what? Because there's no love in the world anymore, guess what? Now you're looking at yourself at 30-something too, wishing that there was love in the world again, and it's your own goddamn fault. It's your own fucking fault. Guys will put up with a lot of shit. Women talk about it all. I put up with this shit all the time. Guess fucking what? You were always the liability. Your pussy doesn't mean shit if it puts me behind bars. Your pussy doesn't mean shit if it takes half my income. Your pussy is not worth a fuck if you take half my kids away. And it's definitely not worth a fuck if you've already fucked like 30-something dudes and you don't have the capacity to pair bond. You're just a sex robot. It's what you are, because that's what you fucking do. It doesn't mean that the elasticity has gone away. A lot of women get it wrong. Maybe men don't like women who have a lot, who fuck around a lot, because they're worried about the elasticity or the looseness of the vagina. It's not that at all. It's about thinking about fucking Jim, John, Jacob, Jason, Richard, Rick. It's thinking about those. Yeah, that's why. That's why. And so you have quite literally peeled away any of that. The only attractive fucking thing you have is if you can muster up a personality, and you can actually also contribute. You're asking all kinds of men. Whoa, if he can't just do the bare minimum, is what you said. Well, then Fine, live alone. We don't want you. We don't want you. And you have made it clear that you don't want to be wanted. You under fucking stand? You have made it clear that you want things first without any respect, without any give, and you just want to take. You just want to take. And that has made it utterly clear to me as a 27-year-old man to never date women my old age or anybody older than me. And there are other men who probably think the same. I'm sorry if you're 27 and haven't found a man. Good luck with that. That's my view. It's cynical and it's true. It's true. All you're doing is comforting the inevitable when you go out and say, well, you deserve more than this. And it's another woman, as if you know how fucking men think. As if you know what value men put on women. You don't. No, because you dumbasses want to say, well, I know what I'm worth to men. And then also say, but men do not know how women think. Well, that's fucking fine and dandy. You don't know how men think. Evidently, that's why you're alone. That's why you're worried about this approachness. That's why you're worried about all these fucking things that could be solved in a moment by being a good person. And that's not to say that men are good people. No, we are cynical and destructive, and we are warlords. That's what we are. That all men are warlords. You can define us all as evil. Guess what? That's never gonna fucking change, and the only way that does change is by finding a good woman who was not born and bred to fight and kill their enemies. Who was not born and bred to protect the household. That is what men fucking do. That is in our genetics, that's in our chromosomes, that's in our hormones. And that's how we make a shit ton of money. Those of you who are like, no, I don't like angry ass men. I don't like these men who are angry and strong. And you're right, you don't. But guess what? You're probably with a dude who makes a ton of money, even if he has a soft voice. And the only reason he makes a ton of money is because his competition and drive has drove him there. Instead of killing motherfuckers, he's making money. Instead of farming the fucking land and protecting the household, he has put that drive into making money. And that's why he makes money. So yeah, you are with an angry motherfucker. He's just changed his motivations. So, most of you don't even know who you're attracted to. It's kind of ridiculous. Let's stop pretending. If we want love back in the world, we want sympathy back in the world, one thing's got to go. And that is I can treat a man how I want. No, you fucking can't. And that's not going to fly with me. Because if you wanted to be treated with respect, you're going to have to reciprocate that respect. Or you can hit the fucking door. Well, I'm going to walk away. Go ahead, walk away. Guess what? Bye-bye. There's another person on the other side of the door, probably, who's a better person than you will ever be, no matter what you tell them, because you don't own the fucking world.